Lionel Tate, who was sentenced to life in prison for 5 years for stomping a playmate to death when he was 12, was told by a judge that he was out of chance and sentenced him to jail. 30 years in jail for violating his probations. The reason being in jail was robbing a pizza delivery guy at the gunpoint. After 7 years in the jail, Lionel Tate pleaded guilty to violating the probation and robbing the delivery man. In that deal, he have a sentence of prison maximum of 30 years for the charges, but later he asked the judge. Joseph Legon. Joseph Legon in 1953, he participated in killing spree in Philadelphia. Two of the 8 people he robbed 10 months after his arrest. Legon pleaded guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder and was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Legon became eligible for the immediate Nate Anderson. A Texas teenager will spend at least the next decade of his life in prison for shooting his sister in the head for 4 times. Nate Anderson, 16-year-old, pleaded guilty for the first-degree murder to Tyler, Texas courtroom. He was sentenced to 20 years in jail. After 10 years, he can take a parole. During the court proceeding, Anderson said only yes and no on the court questions. His parents, Mark and Stacy Anderson, were allowed to submit affidavit instead of speaking in a court. As a mother who loves both of her children, this has been the most difficult ordeal I have ever experienced, Stacy Anderson wrote in her statement. The Anderson said that understood the importance of justice for both of their children. I believe that district attorney pursuing what he believed in justice for Amanda, his sister. Christian Fernandez. Christian Fernandez was a 12-year-old when he killed his 2-year-old brother, killing his 2-year-old half-brother David Gilaria. A grand jury indicated Fernandez and then state attorney Angela. Well, Christian Fernandez didn't tell why did he kill his 2-year-old brother. At the age of 19, he got released from the prison.
Okay. Okay. So what happened? So when you did that, was it on purpose or? Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. I know he doesn't really look like your brother, but you can show me with the doll how he did that. You want to show? So he was sitting like this, and then how did you do his legs so we can understand happen?
Like this.
And then what else did you do with his little legs?
And like this. And that's it.
You pushed him back.
Mm-hmm.
Did you didn't twist the leg up or anything or?
What do you mean like
No, I don't know. I'm asking like exactly what you did. Show me again what you did.
this?
Okay. Okay, so that's what happened January. And when did you hear a snap or something?
Right. What do you mean like this one?
Yeah, when he broke his leg. Did you hear it snap?
Like crack?
Did you hear it pop?
Well, sort of.
Antonio Barbiu. Antonio Barbio was a 13-year-old boy who killed his grandmother brutally. On September 17, 2012, Nathan O'Williams' mother drove the two boys down to where her grandmother lived in the same block. Nathan and Antonio went to Antonio's grandmother's house. Antonio's welcomed warmly to these teenager boys to her home. Antonio's grandmother just picked up the phone and dialed a number of his daughter to let them know that Antonio is in her house. When the teens got to know that this grandma is going to call the mother.
High school, 14-year-old Antonio Barbeau walks into a Sheboygan courtroom handcuffed. Tino, as he's called by family and friends, agreed to testify how he killed his great-grandmother, Barbara Olson, in her Sheboygan Falls home last September.
We were going to try to scare her to get money and then use force if needed.
Okay. And when you say use force if needed, was there a discussion about what type of force you might use?
An attack, I guess to kill.
That was the plan. Barbeau says he and his 14-year-old friend Nathan Pop started plotting the day before Olson's death. Barbeau said the two hid the weapons in their pants as Pop's mother drove them near Olson's home. Pop and Barbeau entered through Olson's unlocked garage door.
She knew I was on the run and she said she was going to call my mom.
What happened next?
We got in and then I looked to Nate and nodded and shook my head as in yes or no. He nodded and then I took the first swing.
Okay. And when you say that you took the first swing is with the hand axe?
Yes, sir.
Barbeau calmly testified he and his friend took turns striking Olson.
She started heading into the living room falling.
And as she was falling, did you...
If you like that video, please do hit the like button, comment, share, and please don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you will get the notification whenever the channel will upload.